Hey everybody, this is Brad Decater with Northwest Homeseekers Real Estate, and these are your top 5 biggest mistakes that a first-time home buyer makes. Number 1 is not getting pre-approved before you're shopping. This is really important for a few reasons, mainly because you can't really make a competitive offer in this market without being pre-approved. In addition to that, you should really know what your price point is before you start shopping, just so that you don't set incorrect expectations. If you're going to be looking at a home in an open house and it's say worth $500,000 or listed for $500,000, you don't want to find out 2 days later that you're only pre-approved for $400,000. That would be a lot harder to go backwards once you set your expectations. So you should always find out your buying power first and then get out there and do your shopping. Mistake number 2 is going to be shopping at the top of your price range. Just because a lender potentially pre-approves you for $500,000 doesn't necessarily mean that you should be buying at $500,000. You don't want to be what we call house rich and cash poor. And there's other things that you might not think about, like the maintenance of the home, that might eat into your cash flow every month. So just make sure to be conservative. I always recommend to my clients to make sure there's a buffer, you have some reserves, or you just buy a little bit less than you think you can to make sure that you're okay in a tight situation. The third mistake is going to be waiving the inspection. I never ever recommend my clients to waive the inspection. In this current market, things are getting a little crazy, and last spring especially, people were waiving inspections left and right. But there's a lot of ways that you can be competitive without waiving the inspection. My favorite way to do this is a pre-inspection. So a pre-inspection is when you actually get the inspection before you make the offer. So a quick example, if the house came out on Thursday or Friday and you're seeing it over the weekend, you could potentially get that inspection done over the weekend before you make your offer Monday or Tuesday. So when you do make that offer, it's actually not contingent on the inspection because you've already gotten the inspection. So it's kind of a double whammy because your offer is really strong because it waives the contingency, but you've already gotten it, so you know that it's structurally sound and the house is in good enough shape for you to feel comfortable moving forward. And mistake number 4 is not thinking like a seller when you're in the buying process. What I mean by this is that you want to make sure that it's going to be sell friendly when you actually do go to sell it. Even if you think it's your forever home, a lot of people do move between 5 and 7 years. You're going to make your first move. So it's important to look at it in the eyes of a seller, even though you're buying it. A quick example, if you live in Seattle, and you're going to be biking to work, and this property is going to be within that range, that's great for you, and you don't really care if you don't have a garage. However, when you sell it in 4 years from now, that could be a deciding factor for someone else who's buying, and it might decrease your value. So it's just always important to think about it as a long-term investment and how it's going to sell in the future, even if it's perfect for your needs currently. Number 5 is going to be not having a good agent. Unfortunately, in this business, there is a lot of part-time agents, or even just agents that aren't that good that are full-time. So it's super important you have a really good one. We do a lot of things for our clients. One of the most important things is negotiations. So you want to make sure you have someone who's done it before, who's not brand new, who knows how to get you through from point A to point B at the end of closing a transaction. If you're deciding between 2 or 3 different realtors, I would always side on either experience or location. You definitely want a local expert if you're going to be in a specific neighborhood. Them knowing the ins and outs of which neighborhoods are the best for you is going to be imperative to your success in buying your first home. So these are the top 5 buyer mistakes that most first-time home buyers make, and hopefully this helps you get into your first home in the future. Thanks for watching.